Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen, the DLC just came out and we already have an update to the patches for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We already have another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero patch update. This is the full patch update, so it's going to be a more extensive version of what we saw last time. But regardless, it's actually another patch, which is crazy to think about. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Let's just get straight into this. So changes and adjustments made to the game with Episode Battle. Yeah, they changed the difficulty for Episode Battle. For Bonus Battle, they changed the difficulty as well. And they changed the 2D scenes and the text. Okay, we've already seen these ones. You remember, the battle system for the game got changed a lot, which is why it's affecting the story mode and the custom battle. So now the rules are... Okay, yeah, they changed the DP battle as well. Fixed an issue with the last task was not retained after the game ending. We saw that one for battle rules. Character selection. Added the display switching function. That I still haven't seen. Or maybe I haven't tried it yet, but I haven't seen it in the actual game yet. Maybe it's actually in the game now. So we'll see. Any options? They add the ability to switch the sound to the classic sound effects. I've done this. I actually like the classic sound effects a lot. It's very, very, very cool. I will say, the classic sound effects aren't accurate. It's Tenkaichi free. I think when they mean classic, they mean anime. They mean Dragon Ball Z anime, not Tenkaichi free. I was kind of disappointed that I transformed and I didn't hear the signature Tenkaichi free transformation SFX, but it's whatever, it's cool. Short dashes. They've reduced the speed of short dashes. They reduced the recovery time after initiating a Dragon Dash from a short dash. Okay, these are still the same. Adjusted the input timing to make it easier to connect rush attacks upon arrival near the enemy, and reduced the time required to fully charge smash attacks during high-speed Dragon Dash. They've also adjusted the system so even when manipulating the trajectory during high-speed Dragon Dash, the player will ultimately reach the front of the opponent. Okay, this is still the same. Z Burst Dash, reduced the key needed for activation. Change based on distance. Yes, I remember seeing that one too. Okay, wait, this is more accurate. Increased the key recovered upon hitting an opponent. So yeah, we do get more key for punching people now. That I've noticed a ton of in my time of playing the game. So this isn't for getting hit, this is for hitting the opponent. And adjusted the system to make attacks less likely to deviate from their target when used against an opponent immediately after their step. Yeah, so attacks in this game will no longer just miss like crazy. There might still be times where you're comboing someone and they'll miss like crazy, but if enemies are just doing a step, or if you're doing a step, attacks won't do that really weird thing where you both just punch away from each other. Then you have to awkwardly turn around and punch again. So that's very nice to see. That's very nice to see. The rush in. Fix an issue where guarding was possible between rush in and rush. Yes! There we go! Finally! Oh my goodness, great. Because that was a huge issue. I hated that. I hated that so much. So that's actually what I meant to say. So when you're doing rush-in attacks, you know when you punch someone and you do like a step and you punch them some more, those will be less broken, right? Those will be less broken. They still haven't fixed the issue of when enemies can randomly just guard a perception in the middle of you beating them up, even when your combo has no breaks. I'm pretty sure... I mean, that wasn't in the yesterday's patch. It might be in this patch. But that wasn't in the yesterday patch, and that was concerning. So I'm hoping that's here too. Rush chains. Okay, made it possible to activate rush chains even while rush attacks are being automatically avoided by characters like UI Goku and Whis. Oh, so this is a UI Goku and Whis nerf. This is a nerf. This isn't a buff. My goodness. Epic. Very nice to see. Oh, very nice. So rush... Yes. So if you're doing a rush attack and Whis and UI are dodging everything, you can just do a rush chain where you follow up. And then... Oh, that's sick. That's sick. That's sick. So you could still end up hitting these guys in the middle of the dodge. That's nice. So that's all I wanted to hear. UI Goku was dominating the game for way too long. I'm glad that brother is suffering right now. And smash attacks. Adjusted the system to to allow for smoother connections and using smash attacks during rush attacks. Yeah, I've noticed this a lot too. This one actually did happen. And I've noticed this one a lot. So that's good because I actually like combining rushes into smash attacks. I feel like it's the easiest, like, low-key way to sneak in a smash attack in the middle of a combo. So, rush Ki Blast. They do less damage, and when you spam them, they do even less damage. Charge Ki Blast. It reduced the damage of the shotgun-type Charge Ki Blasts, which we all know because SJ4 Gogeta and Blue Evolved Vegeta were destroying people with their shotgun Ki Blasts. And they made it possible to deflect Smash Ki Blasts from Ultra Instinct Goku because his, Smash Ki Blasts are OP as hell. The UI Goku Infinite, that's been nerfed to the ground. That's good. That's all I care about. And they increased the key needed. And, oh yeah, they increased the key needed in the recovery if you fire unblockable Charge Ki Blast. So this would be like slashes from like Trunks, Goku Black, Janemba, because a lot of the nerfs in this, keep in mind, a lot of the nerfs in this are because of the recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero tournament. That tournament really exposed a lot of the OP stuff in the game, and that's what I'm hoping most tournaments do for video games, expose stuff that's really, really, really bad for the game or just isn't the most satisfying thing to play against, and adjust it rightfully, right? If something is even just way too strong than another thing, then I think it should be adjusted. While I do believe in general that you should buff things in video games, trying to balance video games around stupid stuff like this is a nightmare, right? Because that means the meta for the whole game would just be, oh, just use the thing that's faster and more unblockable and infinites for longer. And that's just boring as hell. Like, Sparking Zero's is balanced. It's way too off-tuned, so I don't believe Sparking Zero benefits from the buff everything mentality with games like, you know, like old games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where just everything is OP, right? In games like Sparking Zero, things do need to actually get nerfed because they're way too overtuned that the buffing everything mentality would just kill the game. And Perception. Made it impossible to perform Perception during God Stun. What does that mean? You can't hit Perception while you're in the middle of blocking? Because I've seen people do that. I've seen people do that still. I might be high. Who knows, I might be high. Increased your time window for follow-up attacks after a successful Perception. Increased the time window. Oh, so people can combo you easier after Perception? Damn, that's scary. Now Perception is going to lead into guaranteed combos. Oh, that's ooh. Increase the key needed for Perception. That's cool. That's all I care about. That makes Perception less spammy at least. Increase the skill count required for Perception against smash attacks and rush chains. So make sure you use as many smash attacks and rush chains as possible now in case of someone spamming Perception. So that way you can force them to use 2 skill counts rather than 1. Because why not? Do you want to fight Perception the whole game? No. So do something about it. Super Perception. Buffed the effects granted upon deflecting a key blast. Yes, so Super Perception now gives you the buff is the buff is now longer and it's more effective. The buff used to be a 3 times key charge speed. It might be 4 times now. And it's extended the effect duration. So the buff charge is going to last way longer. And it's going to be more effective too. And also, you get a little bit of key after deflecting a blast. When they mean slightly, it's probably 1 bar. Because I've noticed when they say slightly, they usually mean 1 bar of key. So, probably get a bar of key for deflecting now. Cool, cool. And Blast. Reduce the damage dealt when hitting with Blast, Ultimate Blast during a combo. Yeah, so they nerfed super attack damages in combos. I've noticed this already. I've done Ultimates with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and usually they hit for like 18,000. But if you even do like 1 heavy stun before the ultimate attack, it hits for 13,000. So they have nerfed the damage quite a bit on comboed Supers and Ultimates. And they've also reduced the damage dealing, when you just use Blast consecutively. So I think what this means is, if you use a super attack, it doesn't even have to combo. If you use super attacks too much, they just do less damage. So in the case of DBS Broly, right, hits you with his grab super, then he transforms and hits you with another super, that'll do less damage. But also, if you keep hitting someone with UI Goku's dash melee or Beast Gohan's beast kick, the damage drops hard. So it should make the spam less of a thing. It doesn't change the fact that you're still getting hit by a damn super attack, but it will make the spam less rewarding for people who manage to get it off. And auto-reflect, yes, we saw this one yesterday too. So characters who are DP 7 and higher are the only people now who can reflect a Key Blast automatically in Sparking mode. So this is a massive nerf to characters like Raccoon and all these other really strong less than 7 DP characters out there. Any OP DP 7, like less than DP 7 character, you can think of Trunks with his unblockable Key Blast and his fast animations. Or any of those super good characters, you know. Videl. Bro, Videl's 2 DP deflecting Key Blast, whilst having After Him and Strike, and 2 Key Bar Supers that do crazy damage. I'm not trying to see that, bro. I'm not trying to see that. Master Roshi, tired of seeing that. You know, so this is honestly one of the bigger changes in the game, because this makes any character higher than 7 DP substantially better than every character before then. Right? Like, you could confidently say Videl was better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku before. Now you can't. Now you genuinely can't. Super Saiyan 3 Goku goes Sparking mode, Videl's just doomed. You know? So that's actually a good change to see. Any character who's DP 7 and higher now actually gets like the credit they deserve. That's really cool. So they've increased the automatic key recovery speed for the first key gauge only. So your first key bar recovers faster than every other key bar. And they've adjusted camera behavior on fighting giant-sized characters while being a normal-sized character. And I haven't seen this yet. I haven't seen any giants in the game yet since the patches come out. So I guess no one's in the mood for playing Cell Max anymore. But I haven't seen any giants yet, so we'll have to wait and see. And they adjusted the system to prevent accidental throws during air combos when using classic controls. I see. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. And they've adjusted the time until character switching becomes available. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Shorter or longer? They said adjusted. That's it. Shorter or longer? Damn, that doesn't... Okay. I'm going to assume for lower tier DP characters, they made it longer. Because people being able to pick 2 DP characters and swap out, I think, every 8 or 10 seconds is crazy. And picking Hercule and being able to swap Hercule out in 5 seconds. You could tag Hercule and make him do a super attack, charge up, do another super attack, then tag him out right away. It was such a cheap way to get, to just get like a tiny bit of damage in while swapping to another character. It was kind of annoying. So that's actually cool to see. So changing adjustments to skills. Skills that automatically evade attacks. Okay. So... Oh, so if you use Perception against Wild Sense is gone. Okay. But here's the thing, though. People who use Wild Sense don't use it the same way they use After Image. People use Wild Sense so they can keep charging up Ki. Because they use Wild Sense so that when you try to hit them, they knock you back. Then they use a super attack. So, you can't really bait Wild Sense with a Perception. I guess you in some instances you can, right? If someone's charging up Ki, you shoot them with Ki Blast. They get mad. They try to hit you or something. Then you hit the Perception, and now Wild Sense is gone. So this is a nerf to UI Goku and Beast Gohan. Again, any Wild Sense character, right? Even SJ4 Gogeta. But the issue is that people use Wild Sense to keep charging Ki, and Perception isn't an attack. It's a defense maneuver. So they're just gonna keep charging up while you stupidly stand there trying to Perception, because they know if you attack first, you'll lose, and then they hit you with a super attack. So that's not really a nerf. I mean, this is still good regardless, but you'll see this very infrequently. I feel like you'll see this very infrequently. You won't see this much at all. So, still good, just rare. Kale got nerfed. They said, screw Kale. Takes longer for you to use your skill. I don't know what the hell Kale did that was wrong, but screw her, I guess. God damn. Change the adjustments to Blast. Here we go. So, Explosive Wave type of moves in general are just faster. I do believe this is for unblockable. Yeah, this is only for unblockable ones. So, Final Explosion... I can't remember anything else, so I'm just going to say Final Explosion. So Final Explosion in general is just a better skill in the game. Margin Vegeta stocks are going way up. Rapid Ki Blast types in general, they increase the damage. This isn't that cool because the main issue of Rapid Ki Blast supers was that you could get hit by the first blast and dodge the rest. So they're not even... This doesn't do anything. They should have just made it so that Rapid Ki Blasts are unavoidable after you get hit by the first one. If they really wanted to increase the damage, that's all they had to do. And Future Trunks, DBS, his Final Flash does do more damage. It takes more Ki. We saw that yesterday. That's good because now he has a 4 Ki bar super. Differentiates from his Gallic Gun. Super Trunks is Finish Boss that does more damage. Whis' Symphonic Destruction can now be actually dodged. Don't know why it released undodgeable, but okay. Giant characters in general take less damage from rush attacks and smash attacks. They increase the recovery after they miss an attack. And you take increased damage from melee attacks. I'm assuming this means melee supers because I have no idea. Rush attacks and smash attacks are melee attacks. That makes no sense. So I'm assuming they mean melee supers. And it reduced the speed on them running away. So obviously Giants won't be able to back away from people as much. Dr. Wheel, I'm looking at you. Master Roshi, Mr. Satan, and Yajirobe have reduced Ki recharge speeds because, again, they were all really good. Androids have automatic Ki recovery. Now their Ki recovery is stopped during Z counters because if you... I don't know. Androids being able to recover Ki while being able to do those Vanish Walls was kind of dumb. That's why Super 17 didn't release in this game, because if he actually came out in this game, he would have actually been undefeatable. Nobody could beat Super 17 if he was in this game. Alright? He has the ability to absorb Ki, automatic Ki recovery, and he'd be 7 DP. Right? But he fights Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He might be 8 DP. Super 17 might have been an 8 DP character if he dropped in the game. That's nuts. He'd be so good. Androids in general, yeah, androids are harder to find when you're doing the Z-search mechanic. You know that mechanic after you get hit by an ultimate attack, or when someone's hiding for too long and they become like invisible. Androids don't have a silhouette anymore, so androids actually can genuinely hide from you for the rest of the match if they pick their hiding spots very well. And that's scary to think about. That's very scary to think about. UI Goku. Increase the cooldown when attempting to fire another charge Ki Blast. So yeah, UI Goku can't spam charge Ki Blast anymore. Hell yeah. Dr. Wheeler, screw that guy. They reduced his maximum number of skill counts. So now I think he only just has enough for one full power mode and nothing else. Which is cool, because screw Dr. Wheeler. Nappa and Raccoon and Spopovich have reduced health. Oh my god, I thought they lowered their defense. No, they reduced their health. Okay. Crazy. Maybe necessary though. Raccoon, again, I've said this a lot. Raccoon was such a menace, man. Raccoon is a demon in this game. He has an explosive wave ultimate attack. He has a fast beam super. He's got good combos, high health, high defense. Instant sparking. Bro, Raccoon is a demon. Raccoon is a beast. Alright, that character didn't need to get nerfed. Like, actually, he's way too crazy. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, they reduced the damage of his charge Ki Blast and decreased for homing. Not gonna lie, his charge Ki Blast is still actually very strong. It's definitely not as strong as it used to be, but it's still very strong. And the homing is actually not bad. Don't think this means that it has no homing. The homing isn't bad. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is still a good character. So that's nice to see. And Hirudegan, they fixed an issue where rush attacks would hit even when the opponent was gunning. So yeah, I said this yesterday. Hirudegan was Obito for the longest time in the game. Had no idea about this. Hirudegan could punch you while you were blocking, and he would just hit you, I guess. Like, that's actually wild to see. Or I guess Mirio from My Hero, because I don't know how many of you guys know Naruto. Flying kicks. Oh, okay, this is different. Flying kicks have adjusted to hit position. So some flying kicks, what does that mean? Flying kicks always used to hit high. Do they hit medium now? No, that wouldn't make any sense. What do they mean by adjusted to hit position? Flying kicks seem to have got a change here. That's interesting. Throw evasion adjusted the system to make it less likely for the camera to switch momentarily upon activation. So when you tech a throw now, I guess, the camera won't freak out. Because the camera used to freak out sometimes when you tech throws. And they improve the game's stability and usability. Okay. You know, they always say that, but you have to play the game to see, alright? And that's the end of the patch notes. Some of these were actually different. Some of these cleared up things in the rough translations from yesterday. But some of these were actually straight up just different. And I like to see that. So, again, you guys let me know. What is your favorite patch of the video? Because, again, that's always the most interesting part, right? I always like seeing what you guys think is the most impactful part. Or what part do you think it just appeals to you the most in general? Because that gives me a good idea of what the community wants to see in a game like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But that's a good place to end it. Again, I do love you all. Hope you fellas all enjoyed. And I will see you all later today, actually. Because I'm uploading 2 videos. And that'll be it. I love you all. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace.